baby. I will let you know. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome. Hope you are enjoying this sunny and brisk Thursday morning, April 2nd, 2020. James, welcome to the chat. Hello. James knows the drill, but let me punch up my welcome button. Ryan is here. Aw, and I just got an email from Miss Beatty, the nicest lady on the face of the planet. Dan, Alyssa, Lucas, hello. So excited to see everybody today. We're going to keep it quick today. Just a Thursday check-in as we are on the cusp of our assignment being due. Luke, Emily, Nick, Leanna, awesome. Things are a-buzzing. Lots of things are happening. Nick, what is going on, my man? All right, guys and gals. Hey, listen, you know what? Let's get started because, like I said, the name of the game today is to be quick. All right, just do a little check-in with you in regards to the assignment. I actually heard from a small handful of people yesterday via email in regards to the film and some questions. So shout out to Emily, who had noticed a mistake in one of my questions. And so just so I can bring it to the attention of everybody that's here, Emily had asked about the phrasing in my question in regards to the gift that Marty is given when he goes to visit the church. And I had put in the question, what does he get from the priest? It is not the priest. It is, the cardinal. And so my apologies for that. And props to Emily for catching that mistake. Hello, Mike and Julia. Do I play Call of Duty Warzone? I do play Call of Duty Warzone. I've won one time. I came in first with my brother. It was pretty epic and pretty awesome. Aiden, hello, welcome. So in an effort to keep this short for you folks, of course, just like last time, sticking with a routine and a schedule is going to be good for us. I'm hoping you're finding it's good for you as well. Keeps you focused. And since you're here in position to engage where we would be normally, you can capitalize on this time and try and get some work done. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the film or about the assignment? Taylor, hello. Just joining us. Welcome. Now, remember, we're kind of on that off schedule where it's going to be due by the end of the day. So 1 o'clock tomorrow. All right. And my aim there, remember, was it would be unfair of me to assign it on Friday and have it due Thursday, when for my 8A classes, it was assigned Thursday and is due tomorrow. So I'm just having it due tomorrow for everybody. That's going to allow me to grade those over the weekend, and it will be one of the last grades entered for the third marking period. All right, Fred, hello and welcome. So one quick comment on grades for the marking period. So this assignment, of course, will be added over the weekend. Class participation will be added, which is reflective over the whole marking period. And the way that I normally do that is I'll add up all the assignments that we have and then build a point value based on that. It's usually around 10%. So let's just say between all our homeworks and quizzes and projects, we're at 590 points. I would probably round that up to 600 and then say, okay, class participation is based on is 60 points. Now, the participation grade itself is weighted a little heavier. So if you're right on that cusp, you might find that will help. You might have noticed if you checked recently, after a pretty lengthy conversation I had with my supervisor on the phone the other day, a grade was put in for the newscasting project. And I understand that we didn't get to finish, but thankfully it's a project with such a long lead up time that I was able to assess where people were as far as the pre-production stuff, news stories, rundowns, their independent video packages. And so there was enough there, all right, for me to look at and go, okay, I can definitely put a score in for this. My understanding is that the fourth marking period might be tweaked a little bit grade-wise from the administrative side. I don't know what that looks like yet, and nothing's official or anything, but depending on how much longer we're out, I'm hearing that might change. So, what you probably have noticed, if you check that grade, is that I looked at what got done ahead of time, but also in full transparency was fairly lenient with how that score went in, and so I don't think anybody scored below an 80. And a lot of that was based on what our work ethic was like leading up to going into the studio, getting materials in on time. Because remember, all the materials for every group was due on the the day before we went into the studio the first time. So if stuff trickled in late or segments came in late, then that was assessed. Or if you were in a group where you were the producer and your anchor wasn't writing anything and you wrote way more than you needed to, that was kind of considered as well. So those grades went in, which is good because we saw a big jump in grades, and we got two more things going in. Again, your class participation grade and the spotlight question packet that will be graded over the weekend. So expect those grades to be in over the weekend, which means you'll know Monday, all right, when the marking period ends, when what your grade is going to be for that marking period. All right, but I will say that if there's any outstanding work, okay, especially since we've been out of the building, that needs to get into me by the end of the class day tomorrow as well. All right, so anything after 1 o'clock tomorrow, if it's turned in late, I won't be grading it. And if you get things in on Classroom, please send me an email to let me know. All right, Classroom will not notify me if things come in late, so I don't know to go look for those things. All right, but realistically, with everyone scrambling to get some things in, all right, it's going to be unfathomable even over 2 days on a weekend for me to sit down and grade all this extra work. So I'm making the cutoff at 1 o'clock tomorrow. All right, anything that isn't in will not be accepted at that point. All right, so get that stuff in ASAP. All right, all the more reason to keep today short. So, knowing that what you're hearing is about 25 seconds behind when I say it, I'm going to pause for a second and just ask, does anyone have any questions about the film? Any areas they're confused with? Any of the questions in the packet that don't make sense, or that they didn't they watched the film and they're like, wow, I'm missing like 3 or 4 questions. I don't understand. Let me know so I can point you guys in the right direction. My 4B class last Tuesday had a really good conversation over a few odds and ends, and that was really helpful for them. So I'm going to pause for a little bit, let the stream catch up, and just drop something in the chat if you have a question. And if you don't have a question, if you're good, awesome. Let me know, hey, Mr. Leonard, all good, I'm going to go. That's perfectly fine. All right, but know that tonight and then by 1 o'clock tomorrow, that assignment needs to be in. So if you haven't watched the film yet, start it now. If we have 50 minutes left and you can watch half of it before lunch, do it. All right, it'll put you in a position to have less to do after that fact. All right, I'm going to pause for a sec now. Let me know where you're at in the chat. That was a lot. What do you think about me, baby? Matthew Belafato with a redacted message. Awesome. Ryan Matthew, thank you so much for the update. Fantastic, Ryan. We'll see you on Friday. Mike's going to finish the discussion questions. Emily's good. Alyssa's got the last questions. Cool. Okay. Yeah, guys, with that update, if you want to bounce and take care of some other stuff, Nick with the thumbs up, love it. Awesome, cool. Feel free to head on out. All right. We'll do a light discussion on Friday. And then our classes next week are also going to be a little bit lighter because I don't want to gear up a whole bunch of stuff to get you like into break. So realistically, what I'm thinking for just as a slight heads up on Tuesday, what we're going to end up doing, we'll do a quick meeting. I'm going to put up on Classroom probably a very short survey just to assess what you guys have been feeling, thinking, doing over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, so that I can take that information over break and maybe retool some of the way that I go about giving lessons, doing instruction, and things like that. So it's going to be like super simple, but that'll give us a reason to meet on Monday, and then we will talk about some of those things on Friday and just kind of do a big see you later before heading into break. So Luke is doing the questions. Okay, fantastic. I'm hoping by questions you mean the last set, because the last set you can do after you watch the film. The rest of the questions are kind of done, like should be done while you're watching the film. That would just be my advice. It might be hard to do those questions after the fact, but you guys do you, all right? Cool. So if you gave me an update, feel free to bounce. Remember, that needs to be turned in on Classroom by 1 o'clock tomorrow. I know we don't meet, and we'll go over them on Monday. Baby. I got that song stuck in my head from the morning show. Oh, and if you didn't see, our morning show is actually like a real thing now. I'm going to put the link in the Classroom stream. Morning show B-Day. So check it out if you're so inclined. My class is working really hard to do it from home, so it's there. If you want to watch it or share it out, that'd be much appreciated. All right, anyone else with any updates? Because if so, you can feel free to leave, head on out. When I don't get responses and still see people in the chat, it just lets me know that they're in here, but I'm either muted and they're not listening, or they're doing something else, or they walked away. All right, I can see who comes and goes. There are 10 people in here now. 9 people in here now. Lucas says, all good. Fantastic. All right, buddy. Then make sure that assignment's turned in by 1 o'clock on Friday. We'll see you on Monday. Nick, you better be in the gulag because your assignment is done and you have free time on your hands. If you don't turn this in, I've got now proof that I can send home to mom and dad and be like, so Nick was playing Call of Duty and not doing his work. Nick, hey, thank you for joining us. Since you're just popping in, I just wanted to get an update on your progress for the Spotlight film and question packet. All right. And if you have questions on that, you can ask them. If not, feel free to give me a quick update and then head on out to get started on that or some other work. I'm shaking my head at Nicholas Schmidt there. And then Mr. Amato, just as a reminder, it's due by 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, we're going to do a meet and discuss on it Monday, and then have a quick little survey-oriented thing as an assignment for Wednesday, and then we're going to talk about that and peace on out for break. Oh, I'm not calling you a slacker, Nick. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because you did make a claim last time that you went all out on your newscast assignment, and I was very impressed with it. So you got that going for you. I'm just saying it's now a documented thing that I can pull from and be like, oh, Nick didn't do it because he's playing Call of Duty, and it's here in writing. Look at his words. Luke, what's my Duffy? Oh, I don't understand the reference. What is that? Where are you, actually? Duffy? Duff? Hmm? All right, gang. So I'm gonna wrap up this stream soon, just so it doesn't linger on too long. If you've got questions or things for me, drop them in the chat. I'll be here for the next few minutes, but email me as well if you need to. Okay, make sure any late work that you've got coming in is also in by 1 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll be grading, putting the last few grades in over the weekend, okay? So if there's anything I can do for you, reach out. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, all right? Assignment due tomorrow at 1. I'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. All right, talk to you later.